Hello and welcome to Riff of the Day. The guitar I'm going to be using in this video is my Fender Strat, which is heavily customised. So I have Seymour Duncan humbuckers here and a single coil in the middle. And I got this done because I was kind of inspired by the gem guitars, Ibanez, that Steve Vai used to play, and I couldn't afford one of those at the time, so I decided to build something similar myself. So I took it to a really good luthier in Denmark Street in London. This already came with 3 single coils. It was just a regular Mexican Fender Strat. The bridge is Wilkinson floating, really good bridge. The 2 tones are both coil tapped for the humbuckers. It is a really lovely play of this guitar. I have an effects chain that I've created here in Reaper, and I'll quickly go through what's in that chain. The amp I'm using a digital amp, but this is one with a slight difference, and it's a freebie, and it is taking the guitar world by storm at the moment, so I will show you that in a moment. Starting off with the regate, so this is the noise gate in Reaper. Then I have instantiated before the amp this 3 mercurial drive pedal. Then this is the amp I was talking about. It's the neural amp modeler, and it's not been around too long. You can actually, thinking of the best way to describe it, take an audio print of an amp that you have. But the great thing about this is that loads of people, very kindly I have to say, are uploading their own amps into the internet, and this is all free. You just click on this little box here, and then you can choose, go to the directory and choose the one that you want. Okay, as you can see, I've got a whole load here. I mean, there's just loads and loads of them. So you can choose the amp that you want, and then you can load in your impulse response here. Okay, and that can be one of your own or something that someone has uploaded. There's loads of these on YouTube. I will be doing a critique on this particular piece of software because it is a bit of a game changer and it's free. So what's not to like? So that is what I'm using as the amp. After that, I'm using the free Oral River reverb, and I've spoken about this before. It is a very, very fine reverb and it's free. Then a couple of things that aren't free. Okay, so these are by Eventide. I'm just using these as delays just to bring a different vibe to the overall sound. Okay, but the main plug-in here, this is the amp, Neural Amp Modeler. Go and check it out. I will be doing a video on this very soon. So that is the effects chain that I'm using. Right, just before we get into the demo, I'm going to go through a couple of techniques in this riff that might be difficult for those of you who are new to playing or haven't been playing that long. These techniques, I just want to show you how they work and how they're fingered, so that it makes it easier for those of you who might struggle to follow along with these particular techniques. Riff starts out with an A5 chord. Okay, and then we're skipping to the first tricky technique, which is using my ring finger, fretting the 5th fret at the 4th fret, okay, but I'm muting the D string below. Okay, and then I'm playing the G string below that open. Okay, yeah, so we're going from so we're resolving back to the A5 because this is a dissonant sound, and so it needs to go somewhere, and it's going back home. Okay, and then the second difficult technique that may be for the newer players out there, is an octave split. Okay, so I'm going from the same 4th fret on the A string, and then I'm playing the 2nd fret at the, also at the B string. So it's the same note, but I'm muting all these others in between. So we've got only 2 notes ringing out, and that's the difficult part with this technique. If you see, my thumb is coming over here to mute the 6th string. Also, the fleshy part of my ring finger is also blocking that. And then with the underneath my ring finger, I'm muting the D, and then the G is being muted by the fleshy part of my index finger. Okay? And then fretting 2nd fret to B, and then the fleshy part of my middle finger is muting the high E. Okay, so that might be quite difficult at first for the newer guitar players out there. Alright, so they're the 2 techniques in this video that are going to be maybe a stumbling block at first for some of you. I'm going to go through at regular speed, and then after that we'll go through at a slower speed. I'm not going to speak or anything, I'm just going to play through, but I just wanted to highlight those 2 techniques which might be difficult at first, and so that you can actually see what's going on while I'm playing, and then practice that slowly yourselves. Okay, let's move on. If you're enjoying watching this video, please consider smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel so that I can keep on bringing this free content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Sabs out.